this area, you will get arrested, okay? You go in this area, you will get arrested, okay? But you have a criminal trespass warning for the area of Lowndes High School.
Okay. Everybody, all of us do.
No.
Well, I do.
As far as I know, it's just you.
Is that right?
You go in this area, you will get arrested, okay? You go in this area, you will get arrested, okay? You go in this area, you will get arrested, okay? You go in this area, you will get arrested, okay?
Once again, this is Boston G.B.R, George Boston Rhymes, and this is a time that I've been talking about time and time again. I've been talking about what's going on here in Valdosta-Lowndes County, Georgia. The mother of the 14-year-old girl that was at Pine Grove Middle School, she called me and told me she still cannot get anybody here in Valdosta to tell her story to the general public. And so what I did while sitting here this morning, having a cup of coffee, she called me and told me that the examiner out of Macon had picked up her story and that he was going to report. How you doing, brother?
Hey, brother, how you doing, man?
What's up, man?
Yeah, I overheard you talking about that situation with the little girl that was handcuffed
Yes, sir.
and everything out here.
Yeah.
And, I wanted to, could you elaborate on that a little bit? There's a lot of stories going around out here about that.
Well, I was called, man, a few weeks ago about the 14-year-old girl that...
Yeah, I heard that.
They get her handcuffed and stuff like that. And she can't get the news media to even report her story. The Valdosta Daily Times, no TV station and no radio. And so it's like it's a total block out here. So what do you feel, your personal opinion about Valdosta, the news media? What do you, how old are you?
29.
29, what's your name?
My name is 9.
Okay, and I'm always talking about this, but tell me your story. What do you want to share with the people? I'm gonna put it on YouTube, you don't mind, do you?
No, I don't mind.
Tell us your story. How do you feel about Valdosta as a young person?
Well, the way Valdosta is basically is, as far as my experience have come to be, it's like, it's a lot of prejudice up here, man. There are a lot of things that should be said that aren't said because people don't want to speak up here. You know, it's like people fear the police, the judges, the, you know, judicial system.
Go ahead.
But in anything, it's like, you know, these people out here really just, they drag us, you know what I'm saying? I mean, there have been so many instances where they have beaten people in jail, they kill people in jail here, man, like on the real, dog. They do a lot of things that they don't ever publicize out here, you understand? And it's really to a point now where it's like, wow, man, it's like, what do you do? It's like nobody says anything about anything out here, man. I've heard about, you know, we were in jail and dudes getting beat the hell, I'm talking about beat bad, man. They take these dudes out here, they beat the hell out of them, they bring them back, throw them in a cell like it's nothing. There was even one instance I was in a cell and they took this dude out. They little jet team or whatever beat the hell out of dude, brought him back in the room, and then like walked in with the camera and actually filmed this guy as if something happened to him in the cell, like somebody beat him up in the cell, knowing that they had already done this. They dropped him off in there and came back with a camera and recorded the whole thing as if, oh, look, something happened to this dude or something was wrong with this guy. You know what I'm saying? You got everything out here. You got this KJ thing. You got, you know.
I understand. You're moving too fast for me now. You talked about, you mean the inmates beat up a guy?
No, it's a jet team they call it.
Okay.
Like some of the enforcers of the jail.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And they beat the hell out of people, man, in there. They do so much.
Well, why don't the inmates call the Valdosta Daily Times or the news media or a family member and have it reported here, so all the citizens will know what's going on? I do remember back in the 90s, Al Parson, who owned the Lake Park Post, gave his life to try and get the Honorable Judge Hugh Lawson to follow up on his own court order of the inhumane conditions and the ill treatment of the people. So you mean to tell me that the same thing is going on in 2013?
It is, and as a matter of fact, it's worse now than it was, because I feel like basically the people are afraid to say something. It's like they drag people. For me being from Miami, I'm not used to being, like, I've never been incarcerated in a place like I've been incarcerated here. It's like they hold you for the pettiest thing. You get arrested for obstruction, you get arrested for jaywalking out here, you know what I'm saying? Whatever they can arrest you for, they arrest you.
So there's something I heard yesterday from another young person. Here's what he said. Here's what the young person said. He said this yesterday. And I want you tell me the truth or not. He said you come to Valdosta on probation. No, he said they come here on vacation and they leave on probation without any conversation because the community never knows anything about what happened. Is that true?
Because they are afraid to speak out. They're afraid to publicize the things that happen in there for whatever reason. I don't know, it's like they just in this mindset, whereas they see it as being a threat to themselves to tell people what's going on. You know, you hear all the time people in there talking about, oh, when I get out, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna press charges for this, I'm gonna press charges for that. They mistreat the inmates so much. I mean, you gotta understand, when you're arrested before you go to trial, you haven't been convicted. You're not
right. You're innocent. It could happen to anybody. It could happen to the mayor.
Exactly. So it's like they treat you like dogs in there. You know what I'm saying? And I admit it's a lot of prejudice in here. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that on any kind of racist level. You know. So you're saying that really it's so much, it goes beyond race, it's just the system. It's just the system, and like probation, the probation here is basically entrapment. It's like they want you to, all right, they'll tell you get out, and ASAP, I want you to get a job, pay these fines, and I want you to report on time and do your community service. These are the standards for probation. Yeah. But when you think about it, it's like, okay, they arrest you for, say you going to work, you're getting the money. Okay, so you go to work, you're trying to pay your fines or whatever, you keep up, but you might miss a day because you have to go to work. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? Or you might not be able to go to community service because you have to go to work or something. And when you do go to work, they violate you for not reporting or not getting community service, even though you're trying to pay your fines and you're trying to do what you're supposed to do. And at the same time, it's like they have it set up where one thing leads to another. It's like you're going in circles. You know, it's like. So
it really puts you in like a no-win situation.
Basically, it's.
But do you think that there's a possibility that the whole system, the jail, somebody get paid for bringing food out there, somebody get paid for the linen, somebody get paid for the probation that is paid? Do you think that maybe there's a connection between politicians and others, wherein somebody may be getting money from the probation system itself? Now, I heard one individual tell me about even the judges and the lawyers, the public. What do you think about the public defenders? What about the public lawyers and stuff?
The public defenders. I feel like that's a bunch of nonsense. You know, I've never had a public defender. I don't need a state-appointed attorney or none of that crap, because basically, I mean, I done sat in court, waiting to be sentenced, if you will. And I'm talking about, I've seen them up there at the judges, just politicking. Oh, you remember that barbecue we had? You know, just they hang together. You know what I'm saying? All these cats know each other on a personal level, so it's not like they, I mean, you sit here and tell me this person is defending me, but this your homeboy, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all sit out here and y'all chat it up real good and everything, and you know, you all hang out together. Yet you are the one that's supposed to be defending me from this person. So
you probably feel that there's no win for you.
No, not really. Regardless of whether you have a court-appointed attorney or not, you're gonna get on probation. That's mandatory. Because I've been on probation, got off probation, and got back on it for something simple like obstruction or something simple.
I heard one lady tell me about.
Baby.
I heard some people tell me about the fact that you can get probation. You can get arrested for obstruction.
Yeah,
you don't have to do nothing. Is that true?
For speaking your mind.
Just speaking your mind, they'll get you for obstruction.
Yeah.
I have seen this.
What's up, Kate?
I have seen this over and over again, that it seems as if though there is no win for the young people. Now, is there two worlds? I heard you all say it's two worlds. It's a young people world and there's an older person world, and that we don't understand what y'all have to go through in fighting a system that you can't win in.
Yeah, because it's like you have to really, if you find a job, you better keep it, because really there are no jobs like that up here. And on the same level, it's like when you try to, whatever you're trying to do, like as far as taking care of your business with probation or staying out of trouble here, it's like once you're on probation, they find ways to get you back locked up. You know what I'm saying? I'm speaking from experience, not from nothing somebody told me. You know what I'm saying? It's like they make it their business to keep you on probation or locked up. It's all about money. Money. That's all these people want.
And so really, when you see all the blacks incarcerated at a disproportionate number, it is as if though people wondering, saying, you all keep committing the crime. But what you are saying is seemingly that there is a system in place to keep you there.
Exactly. That's the way they carry it here. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's prejudice on so many levels that it's crazy. It's like, you know what I'm saying, they protect each other. You know what I'm saying? They cover each other's backs, just like that KJ thing that happened.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They killed a young man at the school or whatever. It's like the coroner hadn't gotten there. It was 3 hours before they were even called.
Right.
You know, they had already tampered with evidence. They had already touched what they wanted to touch and moved what they wanted to move, and then they call these people. The coroner and all those are supposed to be there first.
Yeah.
You know, they're supposed to sit there and discuss what's going on.
Well, let me ask you a question, not to cut you off. Let me ask you another question.
Yes, sir.
If the coroner wasn't called at that accident or homicide, the 31 jail deaths from 1994 to 2009, we had 31.
And still up there.
And wait a minute, and from 2009 to 2013, the judges, the lawyers, the doctors, the parents, the governor of the state of Georgia, the attorney general, the G.B.R, the FBI, the Justice Department, nobody is asking a question why they will not report to the general public in the United States of America why we are leading the state of Georgia, a little metro city like Valdosta, for whatever reason. How do you figure that they are not telling us about it? Or do you think, in your own opinion, that maybe the coroners may have not reported or looked at some of these other deaths? I mean, for whatever reason, we ain't saying nothing wrong, but it gives the appearance that something is gravely wrong and nobody want to talk about it.
I think that the basis of it is everybody who knows everybody, let's say the ones with money, watch each other's backs.
You believe that?
It shows. You see it. It's not what I believe. It's like, it's obvious. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you really pay attention to the way these people carry things, it's like the inmates, it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna swap this. It's like swapping it out, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna give you this dude right here for this in return, or whatever you try to give him, I'm gonna try to make it sound sweet. You know what I'm saying? And you go ahead and do whatever with him then, but let's just make it like, you know, like give me the appearance of being a good lawyer or a good representative or whatever.
Look here, I really appreciate you stepping up today. I hadn't planned for this. I appreciate you walking along. I've had this to happen one day in front of the courthouse. People are white, well, he's a Chinese guy, and you can see this on my video. I was out here filming. He walked up like this individual, and I'm going to continue to say it like this. We can sit back and ignore all of this, but I'm going to say this over and over again. I'm a retired veteran. I served 21 years with my life on the line for this country. We had better wake up. And why should we go fight these wars when the real fight seemingly needs to be fought here on the soil of the homeland? Not through violence, but by speaking truth to power. To the young people, I suggest you getting your iPhone and record every aspect of what happened to you. Now, you have a right by law to film the police. We have been informed over and over again, it has been tested in the courts. You are not to interfere with the police officer, but you have a right to stand your ground and film not only the police, but any public official from a distance without interfering. You have a right to do that. So I'm going to leave you, my young brother, but I want to say this to you. Tell the young people, pick up their cameras, create a YouTube channel, and begin to tell your story, because the newspaper is not going to publish it. The television stations in South Georgia are not going to publish it. The radio stations are not going to report it. And the reason I know...
This is Boston G.B.R. on YouTube, and I'm in Lowndes County, Georgia. This is the H. Arthur McLean Judicial Building. I just left from upstairs with the chairman of the Lowndes County Board of Commissioners. We are required to fill out a request for what we want to discuss at this public meeting. And today, I met here June the 24th, and of course, I passed my sheet to the clerk, who passed it to the chairman. The chairman later came to me and told me that the item that I have on here would serve little purpose and that they could not hear what I wanted to address the board on, which was Lowndes County criminal trespass warning that restricted me from Lowndes County school properties, all school properties in Lowndes County. And at the time, on May the 25th, already I heard it over the sheriff's radio that I had been under this warning for 2 weeks. Now we're near 40 days that I have been restricted, banned, or my rights denied, free movement to any property, the Lowndes County school system wherein our tax dollars pay for. The first item was the Georgia Sunshine Law. The second was criminal trespass, as I just said. And of course, the third one was what are the procedures for banishment or restricting a citizen in Valdosta and Lowndes County from attending school board of education meetings in the state of Georgia. And the chairman of the board of the commission just told me that he could not answer the second two questions, but they would entertain the Georgia Sunshine Law. Since we have brought it up to them about the little diagonal shape pyramid in the corner wherein two tripods can barely stand, which means there's not enough space, and it seems like they do not want to hear from the citizens. Here in Valdosta and Lowndes County, they make it very difficult for the voters to exercise their right to address their public officials. This is the handbook that Georgia Attorney General give out. And the title of this book is called Georgia Sunshine Law. And of course it says a citizen guide to open government. I have contended, along with others, that the city of Valdosta and Lowndes County are very unfriendly. They make it extremely difficult for the citizens to address their public officials. Moreover, on all agendas, mostly for the city and county, the last item on the agenda is citizens' participation. This is after the elected officials speak. That means that the people that we vote in office will not respond to us, the citizens. And yet, Georgia Attorney General and the governor of the state of Georgia says they want to hear from ordinary citizens. From what I experienced in Valdosta and Lowndes County, our elected officials do not want to hear from the citizens. And so after the chairman said that they would not listen to or let me speak concerning items 2 and 3, then I saw no need of addressing the Georgia Sunshine Law. And this is what I've been saying for many years, along with professors from Valdosta State University, is that sooner or later, I hope the Georgia Secretary of State and the Attorney General will make it known, along with the governor, that this pamphlet here, either it means something or it's not worth the paper that it's written on, in which case it should be shredded, thrown into the garbage, and sent to the nearest landfill. Once again, I am George Valdosta-Lowndes. I do what I do because sooner or later, our sons and daughters will be called to go fight in foreign nations. And why should we go fight for foreigners when our own rights here in Valdosta Lowndes County, South Georgia, and the state of Georgia in general seems to be vanishing in the cosmos, while many citizens sit back, say and do nothing. Our children and our grandchildren and coming generations, if we're not careful, they won't have any rights whatsoever, all because we all want to get to heaven, but we will not stand up and do what is right to complement this democracy. When I was banned from Lowndes County school properties, not one television station, not one newspaper, not one radio station even came by to report to the general public how my rights have been denied. I have attorneys that want this case that I have, yet the citizens in Valdosta and Lowndes County and the state of Georgia don't know nothing about it, because I said before, it seems as if though it all are tied in together to keep the citizens deaf, dumb, and blind to the times, and unable to make intelligent decisions based on facts. In America's Georgia, they have 5 newspapers, but here in Valdosta, they only have 1. And it is so conservative that even the picture of the president was not even in that paper when he won his second bid as the commander-in-chief of our sons and daughters stationed just 9 miles away out at Moody Air Force Base. And so I'm leaving this with you. Tonight, the chairman told me that they could not allow me to address item 2, which was the criminal trespass warning that was issued upon me, that there is no documentation on any legal system. The sheriff's department, the criminal investigation department, magistrate court, superior court, district attorneys, federal court, nothing have been filed on me. Yet I cannot go until this day on any school grounds of Lowndes County. And once again, no news media have found this newsworthy to let the people know what a retired veteran must go through here in Valdosta and Lowndes County. Once again, this is George Boston Rhymes in the city of Valdosta. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Hello?
I don't have any for the movies. I'm sorry, hold on 1 second.
Okay.
I don't have any for the movies right now. We got to put some water back on. Get someone to get off the phone. Yes, sir. I'm sorry about that. I got all my kids rushing along.
Okay, you calling me. I met you at the jail today, right?
Yes.
I'm not at the jail, at juvenile court.
Yes, sir.
So, how's everything going? What's up?
You told me to call you back in 6 minutes.
Yeah, well, my question is, tell me your story.
Well, okay, my story is, about 3 Sundays ago, me and my fiance was sitting outside, we were talking. And we've always had problems with our surrounding neighbors to the point where we can't even go outside. They call me nigger, and they always chastise my kids and ask them what's not normal. So we really don't pay them no mind.
Excuse me. Excuse me, what's your name?
Erica Bell.
Okay, Erica, okay. Okay, Erica, go ahead, continue, I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's okay. So we was in the yard. I've been going through a lot because my mother is on hospice, and I got a call saying that she was really sick, and she probably had less than 72 hours to live. So I was outside crying and walking around, and my fiance held me, to give me a hug.
Mm-hmm.
And so the neighbor across the street yelled out across the street to us, "Keep your hands off of her." And I looked up like, what are they talking about? And the guy from down the street, who we always have problems from, he lived like 3 houses down, ran to our yard and started fussing with my fiance. And they act like they were finna fight. So he put his hands up first, and as a defense, my fiance put his hands up. And so the guy hit him in his mouth, on the side of his head, and kicked him on the lower part of his leg. The neighbor across the street ran in his house and got a gun and discharged it in the air. While he was discharging it, the neighbor that stays to my right ran and got his firearm as well. So when he shot the gun, my son came to the door, my 8-year-old, to find out what was going on. I said, Herschel, Julio, I called him by his nickname. I said, come on. I said, let's get in the house. They shooting guns and stuff. I said, come on, let's go. And so I ran in the house, but I was running up to the house. I slipped when I was going up the steps and scraped my forearm, grabbed my son, and went and got on the floor in my hallway. And so he went, I got the back.
You say you grabbed what?
To his uncle's house to let stuff, cool down. I couldn't go. So next thing I know, my door come flying off the hinges, and I got probably 4 guys from the Valdosta City Police Department with guns drawn asking me, where is he? Where is he? I said, he's over at his uncle's house. Okay,
wait a minute. Slow it down. You mean the Valdosta City or the Lowndes County Sheriff's Department? Which one?
Valdosta Police Department.
Wow. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Okay,
it's okay. They was like, where is he? I said, he's over at his uncle's house. And so they was like, how you get those scratches? I said, I fell, running to get my son. They said, why didn't you open the door? I said, because that guy discharged his firearm, and I didn't know it was the police department, period. And so they was just more concerned. It was like, well, how did you get the scratches on your arm? I said, I fell running up. They grabbed my son because that guy shot his gun. And next thing I know, they're taking him to jail for, I think it's assault or something. I think it's assault on the neighbor when the neighbor ran into our yard, and he didn't have any bruises on him. So when he bonded out of jail that Sunday night, when Monday came around, I called to speak to a sergeant to find out why they kicked my door down and what was going on. Oh, I forgot this. While the police was in my house, they're trying to tell me how to write my statement and what's to be included in my statement because
Wait a minute. Please slow it down a little bit, ma'am. Please don't. No, it's not. We got plenty of time. I'm not in a hurry. Now, first of all, do you know the police officer's name? Number one.
I only know one officer's name. His
No.
Officer Hayes.
Okay, but you don't know the police officer that tried to get you to write the statement that way he wanted. You don't know his name?
I think it's Officer Hayes. It was like 3 or 4 of them that was surrounding me.
Okay.
When I was sitting in my house trying to write the statement, and the other guy, he was like, just shut the fuck up. And I said, dang, why you guys? He said, look, just write the statement and put that it was these the kids in the house, write their ages and stuff.
You mean a police officer said that?
The officer did.
He used that kind of language? Are you sure?
I'm not sure. I know Hayes was one of the officers there standing there.
Yeah.
But I didn't look up really because I was intimidated because I was the only one here in my house with
but
my kids.
Listen. My question is, are you sure that an officer used that type of language from the police department?
I'm positive because it blew my mind and he said that.
And is this a black police officer, white police officer?
Oh, they were all white.
All of them are white? Oh, well, who is your neighbor down the street? Are they black or white?
Who, my color?
Your neighbor down the street, are they black or white?
Oh, they're white.
What about your fiance? Is he black or white?
He's black.
What are you? You black or white?
I'm black. I'm just mixed.
You mixed. I got you. Okay. I'm sorry, but I just want to know because you seem like this. It seemed kind of mixed up there. But anyway, go ahead on. Tell me about they tried to get you to change a statement or write it the way they wanted. Why do you think they did that?
Because they were trying to tell me to say that he hit me. And I was saying that he didn't hit me. I was like, how can anybody say that? The only thing he did was give me a hug. Some neighbors don't know what was going on while I was crying outside because they told me my mama was sick and that they thought that she wasn't going to make it within the last, within 72 hours. She was out of hospital, so I was standing outside crying. Because I wasn't, bringing all that, around my kids and stuff because my kids are very sensitive about their grandmother.
Well, why did your neighbor come in your yard? Did the police write that up?
No, they didn't, and that's what we kept trying to say. We was like, "This is our yard. How can he come into our yard next to us and then hit him?"
Well,
and he did not hit him back. And the other officer that I know, his name is Officer, I think it's Rodriguez or oh my God, what is his name? I had seen a guy that the Commander Robinson, after I got off the phone with him, sent out to take pictures of his mouth. because they did not do it that day.
They didn't do what? They didn't take pictures.
No, they didn't. They didn't take any pictures or anything. And he had visible bruises and marks on him from that. The white guy, his name is Boom. His last name is Boom. That's all I know. From him striking him. And we were trying to make sure we had everything documented and pictures taken of his marks. I
got you. Okay. So y'all did take some pictures?
Yeah, but they had to send somebody else out that, Monday to take pictures from the Lowndes County, from the Valdosta City Police Department to take pictures of his bruises because they didn't do anything. They wouldn't even listen to me to tell them that man why I was on the floor of my house because the neighbor shot his gun and the other neighbor drew his gun.
Wow.
I was terrified. I don't want my end up being shot. And then the officer that I knew that came out that Monday to take the pictures said that Herschel had the right to hit him back to defend himself just one time for them coming in our yard, but he didn't do it because he didn't want to get in trouble.
Right.
And he wanted to know why the man across the street that fired his firearm didn't get charged with firing his firearm within city limits.
Did the police know that he discharged his firearm?
Yeah, we kept telling them. They wouldn't listen.
Wow. And you have witnesses? This is crazy here. I mean, I've heard some...
My neighbor next door, the only ones that are righteous and the ones that don't get into all the neighborhood riffraff, he even said, but when I went over there talking to him, he said, yeah, I heard him shoot the gun.
Wow.
Herschel heard him. I heard him. My kids heard it.
So with what happened with, I mean, normally this is mostly, from what I've gathered, this is unusual for the city police department. I mean, have you talked to Chief Childress yet?
No, I tried to contact his office, but they said that I had to talk to what they call him, the Commander Robinson. I don't know the word really that they use.
Okay.
The patrol duty or something like that.
Okay.
And so they said they didn't say if I didn't get anywhere to call back, but they told me to call and talk to Commander Robinson.
Okay. Look here. I appreciate you talking, my beautiful sister, but I really would like to come over and talk to you personally and kind of look at it if you don't mind. I'll come right over in a few minutes if you don't mind.
Oh, no, it's no problem.
Okay, I may just call you on my way over. I got your number here. Let me call you. I'll come on over. This sounds really crazy to me, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Of law enforcement officer told me that I was under a criminal trespass warning that does not exist. Georgia Attorney General should be aware of what happened to George Boston Ryan. The United States Justice Department should be aware of what happened to George Boston Ryan, a retired military veteran in the United States of America. And so now, if I was charged with an invisible warning, the question that we all must look at, how many of our young people are law enforcement officers told me that I was under a criminal trespass warning that does not exist. Georgia Attorney General should be aware of what happened to George Boston Ryan. The United States Justice Department should be aware of what happened to George Boston Ryan, a retired military veteran in the United States of America. And so now, if I was charged with an invisible warning, the question that we all must look at, how many of our young people
get ready. There's a new day a-coming. Everybody gonna be free. a better day for you and me. Everybody gonna be free. Everybody gonna be free, yeah. Oh, Lord have mercy. There'll be no more fighting in Vietnam. Everybody gonna be free all over this land. Everybody gonna be free. Gonna be free. 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 Lord have mercy. Everybody gonna be free. Yeah. Everybody gonna be free. There'll be no more fighting in Vietnam. Oh Lord, everybody gonna be free all over the land. Listen, Mr. President, yeah, this is an open letter to you. I want to know, why don't you stop the fighting and bring all our boys home? That's right. But Mr. President, oh, can't you see all the protesters in the streets? And look at all the hungry people, the fatherless children with no shoes on their feet. Can't you hear them all singing? I can. They're saying, I wanna be free. Gonna be free. Hey.